I'm sharing my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, it's visible. Yeah.
Okay. So I have this set timeout function inside a for loop. So tell me
Okay.
what it will print.
Okay. Console
If I
log.
remove the comment line from here and here, then what it will print?
Okay. So initially, it's not even inside the call. Okay. It will print two. Uh, two times.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Because the set timeout function is calling the console log. Oh, 01, it is printing. Okay.
Okay. Now tell me, if I uncomment this, so this will print first or 1, 2 will print first?
Second will print first.
A.
Yeah.
So this is the output.
Okay.
Let me add something for here. Okay, this is the final output.
Okay.
So why it is printing like this? Any idea about it?
Because in set timeout we have provided the time as a 0. That's why it is not taking like any seconds to print that particular output. Yeah, now it might take time. It will print A first, then B first, and then 01.
Nothing is happening. I'm
Okay.
changing A to, I changed directly, it applied here, correct?
Yeah, I saw
Okay,
that.
so if I add something here, then nothing is happening. So
Yeah.
why?
Mhm. Okay.
Okay,
Uh,
so
I didn't get-
yeah, we'll come to that.
okay.
So tell me, what is difference between late and const?
Okay.
Mm,
So in late and const, like both have the functional level, sorry, block level scope. They both have.
Okay, so what exactly it means?
They are like their scope is limited to the block only, that particular. And okay, so here we have provided late.
Okay, so I have not uncommented these lines as of now.
Mhm.
So, okay, so what do you think? If I put late over here, then what it will print?
Okay. Initially it was var. Okay. Let now I guess it will print first A2 and then BBB and then this 01.
With late,
Yes.
okay. Are you sure?
Okay. Okay. Sorry, actually, which one is second one? Like, okay, both are printing in the same way.
Yep.
Okay. I need to study this then. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So let me come down. Okay. So if I have one block, if I create var
Mm.
a equal to 10, and if I create var a equal to 20, I print console dot log a here
Hmm.
and one here. So what it will print is this will give error. What will happen?
Mm, I think for top one, it will give error as a undefined, and for bottom, it will print as a 20, I guess.
Again, are you sure? Hmm.
Not 100%, but
No,
and
it will not give an error. So you're already assigning a value here, correct? So it
yes.
will, how it will be undefined. Let me show you. Okay, so this is value where assign. If I remove this, then it will be undefined or null. Okay,
Okay.
so here it is printing null, but somehow it should print undefined. Okay, so the question was, I am redeclaring it. Okay, so is this A is overriding this A? That is the question. Or
Yeah.
it is just something other thing over here. Because we are using A both the places, correct?
Yes, yes.
So what do you think? What exactly happening here?
It's not overriding the above A.
Hmm.
It is taking the that below console log is taking the that only A is equal to 20.
So it will create true variable.
Mm, yeah, kind of.
Okay.
I think above one is relay limited to that particular block. Like
Okay. So okay. So we'll talk about now scoping. So what is scope in JavaScript? What is
so
scope?
yeah, scope is the mm, scope is with the that if I have some function or sorry variable,
Hmm.
so uh, the execution environment of that variable, that we call it as a scope. Or
Okay. Okay. What type of scope do we have?
we have global scope, functional scope, and block scope.
So what is this?
This is like block scope, maybe. Not sure.
It's a block scope.
Okay. Yeah.
So if I create one function ABC,
Hmm.
sorry, then if I write something like this over here, let me come down. Okay.
Okay.
Let me comment first, otherwise you will get output first.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm. Won't- Yeah. And now tell me what will be the output of this now.
Okay. Mm, I think initially, once we run the program, at that time we will get first console log, that first output as a 10,
Hmm.
then we will get 200, and then here also I think we will get 10 only. 10, yeah.
Okay. So how this A is getting 10 value? From where it is getting?
Yeah, like from top it is taking the 10 only. Like the block is not accessible outside. That's why it
So
is taking.
if I do something like this,
Then it might provide undefined. Oh, still it is taking.
okay, so now tell me why.
Okay. Mm,
So you said that we have multiple type of scope, correct?
yes.
So this is your block scope. Okay.
Hmm.
This is your again a block scope.
Yes.
Okay. But mm, where and let or const. Okay.
Hmm. Okay.
So it has function scope. Okay.
Okay.
मी हाच तो तुझा block. ठीक आहे. So what exactly happening with this code? Even we have a var here, so it has a function scope. So what is happening intermediately? It is removing from here, it's printing like this. Okay. The declaration is moving at the top with assignment. So that's why you are getting the 10.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And now talking about this A, if I create this, let me do one thing for you. Let me create this B. Okay.
Okay.
If I try to access this B here, then I will get error because this is a block. Okay.
Mm.
And
Okay.
your var has a function scope. So from this function to this line, your
Mm-hmm.
variable will be available. If you override it, then it will override. But otherwise, this will be a variable.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where what we have seen here as well. We have the same variable
Mm-hmm.
in a block and outside block. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And you mentioned that global scope. So what is global scope?
Global scope means it will not be inside any block or function. It will be outside, like in a.
So how to declare a global variable?
We can declare with a var keyword or uh, public or private that we can use to access it in a same class or.
No, not a
Okay.
pub. That is fine. That is different thing.
Okay.
I want to create a global scope variable. How can I?
Mm.
If you
Uh,
declare with a var, then it is a function scope.
Okay.
What if I don't put anything?
It will still work like
Means what type of variable it be then? Block function, what?
it will be global. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So when you don't use anything, then it will be your global scope.
Oh.
Okay. S- Okay. So this is fine, I think. Little bit confusion, but this happens. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is spread operator? Any idea about it?
Yeah. Yeah. Spread operator. I know. Like if we want to concatenate multiple, arrays or in that case or set of values, that case we can use the spread operator. So suppose here we have this array, and if we create another one,
Hmm.
so if we want to concatenate both, we can make use of that spread operator.
So what would be the syntax?
Yeah. Here three dots and then ARR also we can do
You mean to
after.
say here
No, no,
after
at the end. Like,
like this?
yeah,
Is this correct?
I think at the end generally we provide.
Why?
Mm. Okay, this is also work. Okay.
See, it should not be depend upon anything. Okay. You are spreading these values. Okay. So if
Yes.
you put anywhere, that's fine. If you put multiple times some places, that's also working.
Okay. Okay.
So you are just adding the things over here. Okay. So that is fine. Okay.
Mhm.
So now tell me if I have one object, let me, okay, I have this object. So can I print like this? Sorry, you will get error first.
Mm.
I will send you this, all these things.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
So what it will print now?
Mm. So, mm, mm. Actually, I know it's with array, but for object, I'm not sure whether it will print it or not.
Why? See,
Mm.
spread operator, on what spread operator works? Means what it is the requirement of the spread operator.
To concatenate the two.
No, not only the concatenate. We can use we can use the spread operator at many things. But the question is that where we can use.
Mm,
It works with the iterators.
okay.
Iterator means you have array and you are iterating the values. Okay. And
Okay.
this is your object. So object is not a iteratable. So that's why we got error.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Suppose I have this object now. Okay. And I want to add fourth property to it, something address. Then how can I add it?
We can use like object one dot, and we can give the last value we can provide. Key and pair like that we can provide to it.
I meant to say like this,
Yeah.
like this.
Mm, no, actually, we for that we need to have that in the object first initially.
What
That's
object?
C. We need to have it in object, and we can provide as a 10.
But I don't have right now, but it is
Yeah.
still adding.
Okay. Okay.
So how it is working?
Oh, I guess it will be having memory allocated already.
But C we don't have, correct?
Yeah, C we don't have.
Do you know prototype methods of the object?
No, actually, I don't know.
Okay, read about that. Because of that only we are able to add this. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So what is deep copy and shallow copy?
Okay. Deep copy means if we completely copy particular array or object, so and with no reference to the initial object or array, so that is deep copy. And shallow copy means after copying, still there is it is referencing to that existing array or object from which we copy.
So how can I create a copy of that? If I want to create. So tell me, how can I create a deep copy first?
Deep copy. Okay, so here we can create one object like and then we can just assign the initial object to it.
Okay. Is it deep or a shallow?
It will be shallow.
I'm asking deep copy.
Okay, for a deep copy, actually I need to revise that part.
I
Is it
want
like something we iterate over the uh, array or then copy it somewhere?
you can, but still you are passing the references.
Okay, yeah.
Even if you see like this, suppose here we can try. Is as you mentioned, obj equal to, okay. So
Okay.
if I do like this, I have copied this, I have added this, then I have updated this to 10 and printed this. So now let me comment out first, otherwise you will see the answer. Oops. So now tell me what will be the output of both.
Okay.
Sorry. So this is what a shallow copy.
Okay. So obj one is shallow copy. That obj that we declared, right? Second one is shallow copy in the
Hmm.
console log.
Hmm.
And the first one, so for first one we are not copying, right? We are
No,
adding
the question is not that. Question is that if I'm assigning this value here,
Hmm.
I'm cop I'm assigning this value, correct? So
Yes.
now I'm after that I'm adding C in a parent one.
Mhm.
So what will happen with this obj? The
Okay.
output of that.
In obj, I think we will able to see the C as well.
Now tell me if I delete from obj, then
Hmm.
what will happen?
Mm, or I think it will not delete from the original object one.
Right?
because it's shallow copy and there is okay.
I forget your name. So this is your base copy. You're copying to this. So whatever references you have copied to this object. So it is not creating another memory. It is just referring to same memory location with a new object. If you perform anything on the child one, it will affect to parent. Okay,
Okay.
that's where it is doing like that. Now tell me, how can I make it deep copy? How can I make it deep copy right now here?
Here, so if we assign the object, if we create a new object with a let a new object and assign the this shallow copy object to that.
Still, whenever you are assigning one value to another value,
Hmm.
it will copy the object
Yes. Okay.
with a memory
Then
location, not only value, memory location. See, there are a couple of things. Value is allocated to your memory location and memory location is assigned to one variable. That's how it works. Can I use spread operator?
spread operator also will work here.
Here I can use. Can I use here?
Yeah, here also we can use.
You might forget it.
Okay.
Now tell me what happened exactly here right now, Ada.
Check it in now. We deleted that and it is updated accordingly. Object 1. Oh, object 1 is still intact. And object obj, there we are seeing the changes like it got deleted. Here with the spread operator, it will not change the initial object and that is deep copy.
Okay. If you have only a single level, then it will work as a deep copy. Then the problem when comes if you have address and in that address you have another object like this. Now what will happen? Let me show you. Oh my God, this is closing.
Okay.
Edit copy.
Okay.
Yes, better. Let's see other tab. So we'll come here. Not sure how much time it will be a loss. Let's try here itself now.
Mhm.
If you see now, we have here and another object.
Hmm.
Now the problem comes when I do like this. OBJ, it's come here itself. I have copy, then I came to ADD, then I came CT equal to, let's say Mumbai.
Hmm.
Now tell me what it will do.
It will change this obj, but I guess it will not change the original object one. That is what my assumption is.
What is the output?
Here it also got changed to Mumbai.
Why? The question is why.
In case of deep copy, it should not
See,
change it.
as I told you, deep copy works as only the single level. So this is another level.
Oh,
What
okay.
happen when you are copying this
Hmm.
object one getting spread these values, and while
Hmm.
spreading this is setting the memory location to this. The same
Okay,
memory location is assigning to obj1. That's why when you are updating the child one, it is affecting to parent.
got it.
So that's where the concept comes, shallow copy and deep copy. So if you want to create a deep copy with the spread operator, we can do, but at the single level. If it is coming to the nested level, then it will be as a shallow copy. And to make the deep copy, we can use JSON.stringify and parse. And there is one another method, structural clone. This is another method. If I do like this,
Hmm.
see,
Got it.
core concept of the JavaScript little bit. We talked about a couple of things. We'll talk about now some of the theoretical question. Have you heard about for in and for off in JavaScript?
For in and for off. No, actually.
So if I want to get the key from the object or array, how
Hmm.
can I get it? I have an object now. Let me
Hmm.
show again here. Let me I have this now. I have this object. I want to get only XYZ, not 1, 2, 3. What I can use?
If you want to add,
I don't want to add anything. I just want to get XYZ. Key only, not a value. I don't want to take 1, 2, 3. I want only the key of object.
we can use the object dot keys in JavaScript and provide the that.
And I want to get the value then.
Like there also we can
Same way we have object dot values.
object dot values.
And we have object dot entries as well. It will give you array for each element. These are the object methods. Okay. Now talking about your object for in and for out. In Angular, while you are looping some of the array or something, what do you use?
For array, we use for each map and
Wait. ng4.
ng4 also we use.
No, I'm asking while looping with ng4, what you use? Off or in?
In we use.
Are you sure?
Sorry. There we use off actually.
And why we use off? Why not in?
Not sure actually.
That's fine. Off gives you values. Suppose you have array and you are getting the values from that array or something. When you use in, it will give you a key from the each of the array element. One small question for you. This will be the last, I think, in JavaScript. What will it will print?
It will be undefined because it is checking for arguments. Arguments only we not. Have we declared these arguments anywhere?
No.
Then it will print console log as a 0 or something. Sorry, not 0, undefined because we not provided it there.
How come? Let it run. It's an undefined. Tell me why it is undefined.
This arguments that array we not declared and.
No. Tell me if I do 0, then what it will print?
It will not print anything. Arguments is okay, it is printing 3. Oh, I guess when we pass this value, foo as a 3, it is taking that 0, 1.
What it will print?
It will print as a 1.
Correct. So arguments nothing but what you are passing from the calling function. That's where it comes. Now tell me if I pass 5 here and if I print 1 here, then what it will print?
Will print 5.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Check.
Oh, undefined.
See, as I told you, arguments works on the parameter you are passing from here.
Okay.
Are we passing B?
No, we are not.
It is not part of your arguments. If I print like this, then you can relate more. First line, I'm printing B. And second line, I'm printing arguments.
Okay.
You see, B is a. Next question will be, what is this B means? What exactly it is happening? We are passing only one argument, so it is part of only that array. So now tell me, what is this?
This is not actually argument, but
Yep, it is not argument. It is a variable. What kind of variable? It's a default variable. If you pass it, then it will take, otherwise it will take that default value. See, 6 I passed, then it came to here. Okay. And B also printed with it. So if you are passing in the arguments, then it will take that value. Otherwise, it will take default value. Let me copy and paste you this. Till that I will copy it later. Now tell me, what is subject in Angular? Why we use it?
Subject generally we use to communicate between interrelated components, or like subject is like a RxJS only used for a synchronous event. It can act as a observable as well as subscriber. And for subject, we no need to provide any initial value.
And what is about replace subject? Have you heard about it?
Subject. I think it takes the previous value also. Previous, it will have the access of the previous value as well. Suppose if to a subject, if I pass dot next some value, but it will not provide the that current value. It can provide the previous value as well.
So it will not provide the current one. It is only provide a previous one. Is that what you are saying?
I think it can provide the both, but think it will have access to previous one. Actually, I haven't used that in my project, but theoretically, I know like that only.
So it will have a default level of holding values. So it will hold the previous values, whatever you want, but it should have give the how many levels you want to get the values that you have to pass. Want to take the late previous 5 value, then you will pass replace subject 5. It will go and check the previous 5 value. So it will not go beyond that. That is where we will have the flexibility to check the previous value and the current value and then whatever the next value will come. So that is the one use of it. Now tell me, as you said that you are not using subject, then how you are doing component communication?
Actually, subject we are using, but not replace subject. Like
See, I have this one component. Can you see my screen now?
yes, I can.
So suppose I have 3 components.
Hmm.
Okay. And I'm doing something here. Let's say I'm changing value from here. I want to reflect here. And based on both, I want to reflect here. This is final. Change, reflect, and final. How you will communicate between them? What exactly you will use?
So I would like to know first, these components are like all of them are child or they are one of them is parent. Is there any relation?
This is your app component. Inside that you have 3 components. That's it.
Oh, got it. In this case, we can make use of subject mostly, or we can use of services also. Like temporary, we can define any value in service, and we can just assign from one component. We can assign one value to that service. It can be accessible to another component as well.
You will say, you are saying that you will do next from here when something get changed. Then how this component will know that something happened here?
There we can provide the subscriber, right, in this component, like
Correct.
subscribe.
Correct. Now, based on this, again, what you have to do? You are subscribing it. Then what you have to do to send the data to F?
Here also we need to pass dot next.
Yes. Need to subscribe here again. Correct.
Yes.
And there will be service layer between both. Single service will be there. You will create 2 observables, 2 subject. This will be the first one. This is the second. 3 will be required. So based on that, he will update R, reflect one, then based on the reflect one, you will reflect to final.
Oh, yes.
That's correct. Have you heard about async pipe?
Async pipe. Async pipe, I never heard about.
No,
Async pipe, you mean like async and await? No, right?
no, in Angular, in Angular.
In Angular, no. Here we use the observable and the subscriber to just do the
No,
async.
async pipe, it's automatically subscribed to observable. Don't need to write a subscriber in a component. It automatically subscribe and directly show the data into the DOM. You need just to create a that variable in a component from the service. Read about that because that mostly sometime we use. And there are a couple of benefits of async pipe and a couple of things which are the with a problem with that. So read about those. As we talk about the ng-for, if I want to create a table, let me clear this. Suppose, suppose I have this table. I'm looping some data. Here is a age. Here is a name, address, mobile. If your age is more than 20, I want to set a color yellow here. If it is a less than 10, then I want to set this color here to that content or a
Hmm.
background, whatever you think. What do you think what we have to use here? We have condition 20, 10, suppose 30, and yep, more than 40, then it would be red something, more than 30.
Here, based on age, we need to change the color,
Yep,
right?
yes.
Okay. Mm, I can use the NGE as well, but when it comes to multiple values, we need to use NG for mostly. But also here the question is, we need to pass that value in a table or just change the color accordingly.
No, you have data already. You are
In
looping.
table, okay, in a table, data is already present.
You have data. You are passing this data to your DOM. DOM is loading. Suppose you don't have color right now,
Hmm.
but you have to add those conditions to show color. How can you check that?
I can use ng class in that case, the attribute directive.
Correct.
Where we can add the condition accordingly, we can provide the color.
Can we create a directive for that? Can we create a directive instead of using ng class?
Uh, like custom directive. Yeah, we can create.
What you will pass to your directive and how you will check it? What
Okay.
exactly you will pass?
Yeah.
But
For
have you worked on the directives?
I have worked on. So I can use the at the rate input element to get the values from the this table,
Hmm.
and I can pass it to that custom directive, which I
Hmm.
can,
Hmm.
and there I'll check if the value is that particular. I can use that style change with the element ref. I can access
Correct.
that.
Correct. Correct. So we can use a directive or we can use ng class. In ng class, you will write multiple classes like this in between. We'll check age is greater than 10, then assign this color, whatever you have. We'll
Yes.
write ternary operator, correct? Now another question. If I have 100 lines and I want to show different color, background color for each row. Suppose I have 100 lines here.
Mhm.
If it is even, then I want to show a background color as a gray. If it is odd, it should be white. This should be,
Number. It is based on the number in that table, right?
yes.
Or no?
Numbering means index.
Okay, got it. Alternately, we need to provide then.
Yes, yes. How you will do this?
Okay. Mm, in this case also, I can use the ng class only. Like I will check the condition if number percent to is equal to 0, then I can provide the like the color which we mentioned for the even numbers. Else I can provide the color which we mentioned for odd numbers, index numbers.
While using ng for, have you seen there are some variable it comes automatically with it?
We can with ng for I haven't seen, but in table we can provide actually.
Have you seen this?
No, with ng for I haven't.
When you create ng for, as we talked about index, you already set index values.
Hmm.
Here it comes everything. So if it is even, then assign that to your class. If it is odd, then assign this another class. You don't need to write multiple code for that. And you don't need to even create a modulus for that. Now tell me what is track by in ng for?
Drag by. No, actually, I haven't used it.
It's a kind of optimization technique for Angular. So
Mm-hmm.
mostly we use it. How can I unsubscribe any subscriber in Angular?
Yeah, we can simply use dot unsubscribe if we don't want to continue with that.
Is there any other way to unsubscribe?
Mm, Other way.
Is it mandatory to unsubscribe in the ng destroy itself, or I can unsubscribe anywhere in the code?
No, it is mandatory to do in ng on destroy only. Yeah,
And why?
because ng destroy its life cycle if works after.
That's fine. That is correct. But I want to unsubscribe after some of the condition. If I
Mhm.
click 5 times on some place, I want to unsubscribe it. Is this will work or not? Or it will throw error? it should be part of ng distro itself?
As per my knowledge, it should be part of ng distro only, mostly. Like,
No, you can unsubscribe anywhere. The question was, how can I unsubscribe without using unsubscribe? Have you worked with RxJS?
I have worked.
So have you seen some operators of RxJS? Take until, then take.
Take until
What is the use of take until?
that one we can use for unsubscribe. Yeah.
So what is the difference between take and take until?
Take take means it's like a subscriber only, and take until we can add some condition there. It will take until that condition, then it will get unsubscribe.
What are the other operators do you know about RxJS?
Like this subjects I know, observable, subscriber, then behavioral subject, like all those subject related I have used.
Use, okay, suppose I want to use some of the RxJS operator in Angular.
Hmm.
How can I use it?
We can
Where we use it?
get at the top and access it.
Yeah, that is correct. I need to import it, but how can I use it? Where we exactly use it? That is the question.
RxJS are generally used for asynchronous operations.
That is correct. It's correct. But I meant to say,
Mhm.
let me reshare again. Let me delete this. Is it my screen visible?
It's visible.
How can I move this? How do you write that? Suppose you have one function. In that, oh, what exactly happening? Oh, sorry, black. So in a service, you will create an observable. To
Okay.
access that observable, you get subscriber. Suppose API data dot subscribe. In that, you will get result. Then that result you will print here something kind of console.log. I'm asking where we use RxJS operator.
So this subscriber we use in component, and this observable we can use in that services, any of the services.
I'm not asking observable. I'm asking what RxJS operator. See, I'm getting data something age, and I want to update that age into multiply by 2. And then I want to get the data in the console.log. Then how can I do this?
With a okay, in that case we can use this for each or map, those things. There we can multiply that particular
But
data.
that is the question where you will use. So you will run this code first. You will assign this variable to one another variable. Then you will write code here. You sure with it?
Yes, like once we get the data, we can use it there in.
Have you seen in your code a pipe before subscribe method?
No, actually.
In that pipe, you can use your RxJS operator here. You can write map here itself. Before subscribe, that data will come to this map. You will
Mhm.
transform that data will go for subscriber, then you will go for result and it will print here. So you don't need to write this code below. This is how it works. That's why I was asking you where we use pipe. I think you might be getting too many questions, but I wanted to clear at least your basic understanding. I think I have taken your much time. I'm done with my questions. If you have a question now, tell me. And one more thing, can you rate yourself now in Angular and JavaScript out of 5?
Now I need to rate low actually, because
Okay.
yeah, after
So
understanding like where I stand, I find it is low. Still, I need to prepare well, and then
so
again up.
prepare a little bit more. You are giving answer properly. That's fine. But if you're going for a higher package, then they will expect you more things from you, at least in an interview. If you clear
Mm.
interview, once you go for a job, that's fine. Then later that would be considerable. But at least for just a minute, shorter message too long, I'm sending you the code, which I
Mm.
have written in the JS fiddle and all. Oh, just a minute. Let me share that, then we'll talk. Just copy that. Once you copy, let me
Copied.
go through the little bit Angular related small thing like the ng for we talked
Mm.
about, correct?
Yes.
You concepts, but the way we talked about async pipe as well. Okay,
Mhm.
work on that as well
Yes.
and prepare a little bit more on JavaScript side as well. You know the concept, but you got confused between some of the. This happens with everyone, but that's fine. But try to try this example which I have shared with you in the chat
Mm.
once. So you can relate more what exactly happening with the state copy, shallow copy. In a code, we directly copy everything, whatever you want. But you internally, we don't think what exactly happening. So that's the problem. As a
Yes.
senior developer, you have to think about it. Some junior developer written a code, then at least you should understand that what exactly is trying to do and what would be the problem in the upcoming days if something happen. You might have been creating a PRs in your project, so someone would be checking your PR, correct, in your code.
Yes.
They are giving you comments in your PR. That's where these people thinks like that. So you should be preparing like that. Okay.
Understood.
Anything else, Imani?
Also, I shared my resume. Can you comment on it?
Mm, So you added everything in your roles and responsibilities, correct?
Hmm.
Do one thing. Let me share as well my resume.
Okay.
Let me share my screen. Here your resume. You added your tech stack at the top itself,
Yes.
and you have added roles and responsibilities here. So instead of that, do like this. Add your name and everything, and write down the heading note. What exactly you are. This will be a single line. The HR and the interviewer will know about you.
Hmm.
And what are the key highlights in your resume, what you have been working and what you can do, and what you are checking in your check means working in your project. These are the two things is more important for you at the top. In your project, I can see you added the company related things of roles
Mm-hmm.
and responsibilities you added. You are returning here, but it should be a highlighted point for you, not for a project. Then comes to down, add your responsibilities, which you have added here. In a single page, everything should be here. So your interviewer should not check for second page. If you see, everything is here. In the next page, you can add your professional experience like this. So try to change your resume like this. Personal
Okay.
project, that's fine. Education, that's fine. But you created in a single project, single line. So that's fine. But try to wrap like this. So I mean to say you are selling yourself to the company, correct?
Yes.
So
Correct.
information should be more related to you, not about the project or anything. Try to update like this, or you can change in your project like that.
Mm.
Resume, sorry, not the project, in
Okay.
your resume. And if you want to get this resume, you can get it from TopMate in a free. We have that resume already there.
And it is required to add this personal details as well, or not needed?
This one, not required, but everyone keeps. That's why I have kept. If you want to relate, that's fine. That is not important. The important thing is this, these
Yes.
lines and these lines. That's it. Okay. No one will read this. How many days you worked on in one company? Then what degree do you have? What
Mm-hmm.
you're working, what exactly you're involved, and what is the highlight. That's it. Update resume according to that, and prepare little bit more. Then that would be great for you.
And just want to understand one more thing, like what can be the good career roadmap for now? Like as I am working in Angular only.
Hmm.
I got to know I need to clear more basics and my concept also in deep. I need to
Hmm.
go. But apart from that, what tech stack as a front end developer I need to pursue?
I would say you work on your JavaScript little bit because JavaScript is more important as a front-end developer. And about tech stack, if you are comfortable with Angular, then stick with Angular. If you want to switch to React, then switch to React. But comfort, at least you should have one strong framework knowledge proper.
Mm.
If you are feeling good with Angular, then stick with Angular itself. Anyone ask you anything in Angular at any time, you should be able to answer. That is the level I think you should have. Sometimes what happens, some of the other team comes to us and they asked us, I need to do something like this, then how can I do this? Then in that case, you should be prepared for such kind of things as well, correct?
Yes,
As your
yes.
experience is low, that's fine. But once you work in the multiple projects, multiple companies, then this will comes to you automatically, that proficiency. But I would say that stick with one tech stack. If you want to learn things, then check for a monorepo, micro front end in Angular. Angular means anywhere. NX is there. So read about those as well. What is micro front end? How can we use micro front end? What is
Mm-hmm.
what is monorepo? How the monorepo works? How can I use multiple projects into the single repo? What is
Yes.
lab? Have you seen libraries?
Yeah,
Angular.
yeah.
Have you worked on that? NPM library.
No, not
So
today.
we can create our own library and we can publish to NPM as well. You can
Okay.
create your name library and you can publish that. That is also one thing mostly most of company use, because they will create a in-house library for us to work on the multiple projects that
Mhm.
is getting used multiple places. They will create a one wrapper
Mm.
to use internally. Read about that as well, how the storybook is there. To run your library, we use storybook to see the
Mhm.
components what you have been creating in the story, sorry, in the
Mhm.
library, how to configure a library in project, all these things. So as your experience is low, that's fine, but